Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Mage Pro paddle. This is another thermoform offering from Hudef, and I believe at this time is actually the cheapest thermoform paddle you can get on the market right now. While the Hudef website does list the Mage Pro as a hybrid paddle, it's actually just an elongated paddle with a curve at the top, since the overall length is 16.5 inches. The width, on the other hand, is slightly narrower than the common 7.5 inches and is instead 7.4 inches. Lastly, the core is 16mm and the handle length is 5.35 inches. Also, just to correct the earlier statement about this being the cheapest thermoform paddle on the market, it's the most inexpensive one I've hit with so far, and while there may be some more inexpensive ones out there, I'm not too familiar with them. But anyways, back to the Mage Pro paddle. The swing weight of mine came in at 117, with a twist weight of 6.15. For an elongated paddle, this is on the lower end of the spectrum for swing weights, where the average is usually around the 120 to 122 range. It's much lower compared to Hudef's other thermoform paddle, the Viva Pro Gen 2, which has a higher swing weight of 126. However, while the maneuverability is fast on the Mage Pro, the twist weight and forgiveness on this paddle is on the lower end for an elongated paddle. When you hit the paddle side by side with the paddle that does have the 7.5 inch width, you really do miss that 0.1 inch difference in the Mage Pro, and can find yourself hitting off-center shots just a tad bit more. Now that's not to say that the sweet spot is bad, but you'll find more forgiveness and stabilities on the 7.5 width paddles like the Legacy Pro or Vatic Pro V7. The spin on this paddle is solid for a raw carbon fiber Gen 2. The Mage Pro does use a tighter carbon fiber weave, so it's smooth to the touch like the Rhombus paddles, but there's not much to say about the spin. It's basically very similar to all the other thermoform paddles I've used. The power is a bit on the softer side for a Gen 2, while the face stiffness is about average. I would actually compare this paddle to the Grooven Movin 16X, which has similar dimensions of being elongated but with a slightly thinner width. Both are quick to swing elongated paddles that have a bit less power with less forgiveness on the sides from their slimmer shapes. The Mage Pro is also quite a bit cheaper than the Movin 16X, so if you were considering that paddle, the Mage Pro is definitely a great budget alternative. Overall, the Mage Pro is a great value for a thermoform paddle. My discount code DMVPBall provides 15% off, which drops the total price from $100 down to $85, which is $5 cheaper than many of the other budget thermoform paddles I've reviewed on this channel. It's a solid option for people that want the reach of an elongated paddle, but don't want the higher swing weight numbers that do come with it. Though if you are looking for more power in a paddle, I'd recommend taking a look at Hudef's Viva Pro Gen 2. And if you're looking for a more stable paddle with higher twist weight numbers, I'd recommend a hybrid shaped paddle like the 6-0 Double Black Diamond. But the Mage Pro is certainly a great fit for some players out there, especially with its affordable price point. If you are interested in picking one up, I've added links in the video description below.